A road dispute on Friday afternoon, June 15, turned violent after the driver of a Singapore-registered Honda brandished a weapon and allegedly shattered the side mirrors of another motorist's car. In a phone interview, Stomp contributor Jack told Stomp that he had been driving from Malaysia to Singapore and was past the Johor Bahru Customs, Immigration, and Quarantine Complex, CIQ, at about 2:10 p.m. when another white Honda SJH 8936L attempted to cut into his lane. The 27-year-old Malaysian did not give way, but the Honda driver did not stop. In the process, Jack's car was scratched. After that, the Honda driver wound down his window and started shouting at him. Jack said, "I couldn't hear him that well because he was already shouting even before I could wind down my window. I shouted at him back. I told him that he forcefully cut into my lane and scratched my car, yet still had the audacity to shout at me." The Honda driver who had moved ahead of Jack then stopped his vehicle and alighted. He went to the car boot and took out what appeared to be a sheathed knife, before walking to Jack's car, while shouting at Jack to open his door. Shocked by the belligerent display, Jack wound up his window and locked the door. Recalling the harrowing experience, he said, "I was really quite scared then." He took out the knife from the sheath and waved it around. "I quickly locked the door but he just kept shouting and waving the knife." A female companion, allegedly the wife of the Honda driver, then alighted and snatched the knife away from her husband before running back to their car. The Honda driver continued shouting at Jack before returning to his car. After the Jack followed the Honda as they made their way into the Woodlands checkpoint in Singapore. Along the way, he called the police to inform them about the incident earlier. However, that was not the end of the traumatizing ordeal. At about 2:35 p.m., the Honda driver suddenly stopped his car again and got out. Two other men, allegedly sons of the Honda driver, had been driving behind Jack. The two men also allegedly alighted their vehicle and went to Jack's car to stop him from leaving. The Honda driver then reportedly kicked and punched Jack's car until both the side mirrors were damaged. Jack, "I could not take photos as I was on the phone with the police at the time." He did not have the knife with him. Jack bided his time and waited for an opportunity to cut into another lane. He managed to escape, adding, "A taxi driver drove beside me and asked me to call the police. He told me not to worry as he had seen the entire incident and can vouch for me." When Jack reached the Singapore Customs at the Woodlands checkpoint, he was told that by Immigration and Checkpoints Authority, ICA, officers that he had to turn back as both his side mirrors were damaged. The Honda driver was subsequently detained by police officers. In response to a Stomp query, a police spokesman said, on June 15, 2018, at 2:34 p.m., the police were alerted to a case of possession of offensive weapon and mischief along Woodlands checkpoint. A 51-year-old man was arrested in relation to the case. Police investigations are ongoing.